Thanks for checking in with Down the Road Show. We're here at the Long Beach Comic-Con 2011.
For coming back to the scene of our crime, Long Beach Comic-Con. I want to introduce our director, Sean Becker. Sean Becker! Sean Becker! There he is! Woohoo! Our production designer, Greg Aronowitz. Greg. And the cast of the Guild, Amy Okuda, Robin Thorson, Vince Queso, and Felicia Day. So did we do the drawing already? No? All right, so that sword that Felicia is brandishing, I think she needs help, you guys. That thing literally weighs like 100 pounds, and it's really top heavy, so that is the grand prize. Did they explain how the drawing is gonna work? Yes? Okay, great. So I don't know where the tickets are. Oh, okay, cool. Okay, well then we'll do it at the end then. Yeah, people are still getting tickets. Okay, cool. Hi. Yeah, the poster is one of the three things. So when you come to our signing, you pay a $20 signing fee, and they'll sign up to 3 items. So you can, if you brought other stuff, if you want them to sign your badge, if you don't have 3 things, if you want them to sign your face. There were a lot of breasts being signed at BlizzCon. I just want you all to know that. So if you have breasts, you might want them to get signed today. That's all I'm saying.
We encourage it.
All right, cool. So this panel is really just a Q&A, you guys. So we just want to, any questions that you have for any of the panelists. Greg Aronowitz made Mega Gamer-Ramacon, basically. Season 5, it looked like it existed, but it didn't. Greg, he designed everything. That steampunk booth, he pretty much made from scratch, and all of our lovely crew and volunteers, a lot of you are here, helped actually move it from LA up to Long Beach. Do we have a place where people go to ask questions, like one of these things? A mic? Okay, yeah, why don't you run around with it? Okay, so you guys, if you have questions, raise your hand and Jeff will come to you.
Jeff Lane, he's one of the associate producer, right, of Dragon Age? Yes. This man right here, and
Eloquent.
He also got us this location because his brother actually runs the convention, and he's awesome. So a big round of applause to Jeff.
Thanks, guys.
Coincidentally, microphone monkey as well.
Microphone monkey. Just like on set, telling me to do things. Okay. Question.
Guys, if
Hello?
actually just line up maybe near Jeff if you want to have a question.
Over here or over there? Over here?
I don't know. That
Right
looks
there.
good.
Over here.
Right
I'm
there.
right here.
Let's be decisive.
Right
you guys,
here.
I also want to
Question.
thank the founders and owners of Long Beach Comic-Con. Jeff's brother-in-law, Phil Lawrence, is the reason that we're all here, and Martha Donato. So we want to give them a big shout out and say thank you. Because they're running a great con, aren't they? It's growing, but you guys are part of it, so. Questions?
None.
Nobody? Oh my God. Okay, good night.
0 questions. Well, I guess we could say, I don't know, how many of you guys were on the walking tour? Did you enjoy that?
I've got a question.
Sorry.
I've got a question now.
Oh, we have a question, so I was going to apologize to you, but I won't do that.
You can still apologize.
Sorry.
Hi, Felicia. Casey from Down the Road Show. Nice to see you again.
Hey, what's up?
It's been since Chicago.
Peace.
So, as a webisoder, what do you think the Guild has done to pave the way for other web series?
I think the Guild has definitely helped open doors for people. I would hope that it encouraged other people to go out and make web series, tell their own stories, whatever budget they had to work with. I also think maybe we've set a bar that is, hopefully, maybe, I don't know. I think some people are disappointed sometimes when they have their web series and they don't upload it and doesn't get millions of hits. I feel like, but then when somebody asks me to, they'll take me to lunch and they'll be like, hey, can you tell me how to do a web series? I'm like, are you prepared to work 18 hours a day? Do your video is just a small part of your web series. And, I guess that's the lesson that I think the Guild kind of shows about web series is that it's not about just the videos. It's about making the best videos you can, but also creating a community and making people feel involved. Kind of like, we had 260 extras who came out. Yeah, the Guild of Extras. I think there are a lot of you guys here. Yay. A lot of extras, people came out and hung out with us, and that you literally saw how we made the show, and I think that's the most important thing about web series. I don't know, Sean, what do you think the Guild has done? Oh, wait, what's going on? Oh, they don't have a mic.
I just covered it. You're the one with the successful web series. I don't.
What? You're the director.
No, it's a compliment. I'm not. You paved the way for other web series, and if anyone has a web series and they don't want, if they make it, they should put it up online and it should get. I'm trying to remember what you said. I'm just
Why are you
reiterating
trying to
it.
paraphrase?
Because it was very well done.
Well, then why did I turn it over to you?
What's the question?
I have another one if you guys want me to bail you out there.
Yes,
Bail
Bailey.
out. Bail.
Thank
Okay,
you,
question
Jeff.
number 2.
Hey guys, question. In season 5, Will Wheaton wasn't in the furry suit the entire time, right? Or was he?
It's better if he was.
It would be better if he was? Yes, he was.
All right.
We actually had a variety of people in that furry suit, but we gave them all Will Wheaton walking lessons. So they would, I don't know what it was. It was just an essence of Will Wheaton's walking. And we gave them a CGI pattern to follow, and it was like walk with the loins, That's the kind of Will Wheaton walk that we tried to make sure that it was authentic to that furry.
Yeah, Colleen was, and I can't remember.
Bobby and Colleen.
Bobby.
Thank you, Vince. Woohoo! So Bobby and Colleen made that suit special order for us because it's what they do, and
They make those suits like for the community. So
Yeah.
they're like expert furry. That was an authentic furry suit.
They're
was.
huge in that world.
Yeah, they're awesome people too.
So that was Colleen in that suit most of the time, except when there was a Tink suit. We had to get a little another Asian.
Oh
To
yeah.
fill.
Does anybody remember? This isn't exactly the question, but does anybody ever remember the episode 8, I think, where Tink is in a plush version of herself? So true story. A guy made that suit. A different person. Oh, Bobby made it? Yeah, Bobby and Colleen. Oh, okay, Bobby and Colleen made it, but they did. But Amy, shut up! Don't even look at me like that, because this is a good story. But when we got the suit on, Amy Okuda couldn't fit in the head because her head was basically the same size
There's
as
a lot of brain in here. A lot of brain.
That's it, yeah.
So much brain, it didn't fit in that head.
Yeah, we tried everything we could. She was such a champ. She even put on swimming goggles to try to make it so she could breathe in there. But then I had to lead her around like she had no sight, which was not the best thing for the scene. So basically, we had to be like, well, we have to have somebody else in the Tink outfit. So Kim Evie, producer and furry stand-in extraordinaire, she was in the suit. So if you see that scene, actually Amy Okuda is off-screen doing her dialogue, and I was acting with a plush version of her and I was the weirdest acting I've ever done. The weirdest. I kind of had that thing where you go out of your brain, you're like, what am I doing with my life? I'm acting with a furry version of a woman who's off camera now.
But Will only wore the suit pretty much when you saw him in the suit. Anytime you didn't see Will's head in the suit, it was not Will.
It was Colleen,
It was
probably.
Colleen.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, another question.
Hi, my name is Jessica. I'm not very good with questions, so hopefully this is a good one. I wanted to try to include everyone in the question. So, if you had to choose during season 5, what would have been your favorite moment or thing that you did during the season?
A+
And this is for
question.
everyone.
A+.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Who wants to start?
I'll go. I think, hi. I was just passing the microphone. Anyways.
How much wine did you have? I saw your tweet, by the way. If you're going to tweet that you're going to have some wine before I...
Excuse me, I didn't tweet it. I retweeted it. Amy tweeted it.
So you-
It was at a glass, guys. Gosh.
It's like 11 a.m., guys.
It's pretty much one, though, so. somewhere. I mean, really, no. I think any part of the steampunk for me was just rad. And working with Doug Jones, my hero, ooh, hello, was fun. So there you go, steampunk all the way. Woo.
I think mine. Well, you know what was really fun? Godzilla or Tinkzilla was my favorite outfit. And when we're shooting that scene, well, hold on, I'm getting there. When we're shooting that scene with my family, and you know how I like run off and like hit the houses and like push people? Well, Greg over here thought of a brilliant idea to like build these little paper houses like on set, like totally spontaneous. He's like, it would be really funny if Tinkzilla crushed some houses. And so he built these little paper houses, and they were totally adorable, and I got to crush them, and it was fun. I also got to crush some camcorders, which was really fun.
Anything that you crush is basically your favorite part of the season.
Yes,
right?
I like to destroy things, and that was fun.
Smash.
Okay, that's it.
Sean?
Oh, Sean.
I think my favorite part of the season was the dynamic chemistry between Vork and Nathan Fillion.
Oh my God.
Wow, it's really hard because there's so many great moments, but I would probably have to say like a not on-screen moment, but like a behind the scenes was when the real twins didn't show up.
Oh.
And one of the people that had volunteered to come and be an extra, Leslie, was chosen to actually become this major role. And it's kind of like one of those things.
Two
like,
major roles.
Yeah, well, to be two major roles. And it's one of those things that, you know, it's just a Hollywood dream to just like be standing there and have the producer turn and go, you know, you got moxie, kid. We'll put you in pictures. And it just.
And Sean Becker literally did that. Can you do, Sean, say that, what you literally
What,
did to Leslie.
talk like a Hollywood mogul from the 40s? What?
Yeah.
We're talking about Leslie, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So which part have you covered? I was pouring water. I was extremely distracted.
I covered the fact that she was plucked from the extras to become a lead in the show.
Yes. How much of the story are we allowed to tell? Pretty much the whole thing, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So basically, we had cast that role with actual twins who never showed up for the day of shooting. Well, they were out of state, and we kept getting updates from them throughout the day that they were going to be there. So we're like, okay, well, we'll shoot. It's a whole table scene, so we'll shoot everyone's coverage but the twins. So Leslie was one of the girls selected to read in for one of the twins, and we had another girl who read for the other one. And so basically, when the time came, we're like, we got to be out of here in like an hour and a half, and the twins still aren't there. So Felicia and I kind of just look at each other, and we're just like, well, we could double one of them. Well, the original idea was just to cast them, and they weren't going to be identical twins. But then, where's the fun in that?
They're lame.
So basically, so time's running down. We still haven't shot their scene yet. So we're like, all right, we got to make this call. So we pull Leslie aside, and we say, hey, how would you like to be in the show?
But do it in a 40s voice. Do it in a 40s voice.
Kid, no. Dame, I've seen lots of dames in this business, and you're one of the best. And you've got moxie, kid. Was that about it? I said nothing like that. I was like, hey, if it's really cool, sorry to put you on the spot, but maybe if you could, the other version sounds so much better, but basically, thank God she agreed to do it, and then we wanted to complicate things even more in that scene by having her hand a glass to herself in the scene, and we added all these weird special effects, but in the end, I don't know, it's a fun story to tell at panels at Long Beach.
What was your favorite moment, Felicia, of the season?
I don't know. I mean, I just liked seeing Tink in outfits. I really just thought she was really cute, and I can only, of course, think of the negative things. I mean, that's just Felicia Day.
Yeah.
So like, she was supposed to be wearing a white wig in the last 2 episodes, like Marie Antoinette, but her head was too big. I literally had a dream of how cute she was going to be the next day, and then I showed up and the wig didn't fit. But it was a child's wig. For the record, it was a child-sized wig, maybe.
Young adult.
My favorite was the whole scene in the apartment with the celebrity party, where I got to just do the whole walkthrough through the entire thing. Rick Fox especially was amazing. It was great. It was great seeing him and hanging out with him and just being able to be with him all day. And
Wait, who was this? Speak up.
Rick Fox he was a delight. It was the nicest guy in the world, and especially with Amy not there, as big a Lakers fan as she is, it was.
Probably Rick's biggest fan.
Anyway, that was my favorite part because basically what they said is Sean comes up and just says, just walk through the crowd and kind of do whatever you want. Just say whatever you want. They're going to ignore you. And that was pretty much the first time in the entire series that I sort of decided just to try improv, give it a shot, and it was just the most fun ever. So.
Well, it's great because there have been times where, because a lot of this cast does do improv, especially Felicia, Sandeep, and Jeff, because they've all done improv together. But it's great because once in a while, Vince will say, hey, do you mind if I do an improv take? I have an idea. And then I'm like, okay, but what is it? Just so that I know how to cover the scene. He's like, oh, I don't know yet. And then I'm like, so what are you going to do? He's like, I'm not sure. Well, we'll just see. I'm like, all right, then we'll just do the scene and you'll do it the exact same way as before with zero improv whatsoever. I'm like, so do you want to do an improv take? And you're like, no, I think I'm good now. But in that one scene, though, that's when I finally was like, now is your time to improv, and you did do a good job.
Thank you.
With many celebrities.
Okay, here we go.
Hi, I'm Katie, and my question's kind of for Felicia. I just wanted to know, I was curious about how hard it was to be in like the guild and be like a gamer, and then go into Dragon Age and be like physical, and you're doing the work that time.
Yeah, it was definitely different from just sitting and playing on a computer game to like actually have to do sit-ups. It's a horrible exercise, guys. Why? Why does the stomach need to move like that in order to be firm? It makes no sense to me. There should be a pill or a salve. Something should firm that shit up that doesn't make you have to crunch. It's terrible for your back, exactly. So, no, let me just tell you, I'll never be that fit again. So screen cap that muscle. It'll never be on my body. It was like 3 months of work. And, during that time, Greg Aronowitz also did Dragon Age 2. So while he was building every single thing under the sun for that series to match the game, I was like trying to build every single muscle on my body. And I think it almost broke both of us. So, but it was very cool in the end to see, like, I know that's captured on film. It was kind of my equivalent of being naked on film. Like, I'll never do that. But then, those girls in 30 years are like, look how hot I was. Well, that's my equivalent. Dragon Age would be that for me. Like, look, I had a bicep.
All right, here we go with another question.
Hello, this is for everyone. I'm John. How much do you think that the popularity of the Guild plays a hand in bringing geekiness to the mainstream American culture?
Wow.
That's a heavy question.
Sounded like a thesis paper. I mean, I hope if somebody does that, they get an A. I would hope, we can't, of course, claim that we've changed culture. That's such a kind of a douchebag thing to say. But I would hope, in a sense, that our show, like if you look out there, there are a lot of shows that kind of portray gamers in a very broad way as far as demographics and the kind of people who play games, especially women. And so I hope that our show has kind of contributed to that kind of awareness, that you don't have to be, a teenage boy to play games. You could, and it also, that's not the truth. Like, so I guess that's the thing that I would hope that our show has contributed to, just being more inclusive with gaming and encouraging other people who don't game to be, don't do that.
It's a beastly weapon.
If you started like spurting blood, it would really distract from my answer.
All right. I'm sorry, Felicia, to continue.
Well, I was done.
Okay. I ruined it. Yeah.
Hey, sombrero guy again. Hello.
Hey, sombrero dude!
Yes, I do talk.
He's the guy in season 3 who...
Episode 5, yes.
What?
Season 3, episode 5, that's right.
Yeah, episode 5, right here. He knows what episodes he did. He won the contest for the...
57 seconds in.
Yeah, 57.
Whole 2 seconds of screen time, it was great.
Yeah, one of the guild applicants and when we lost Tank. So didn't you have a wig on or something weird?
I had
though?
a beard.
Yeah, beard, that was it.
It's really hot, I didn't bring it today.
Yeah, well, you don't do that.
Well, I was wondering, I shot a documentary of my own back at San Diego Comic-Con earlier this year, and I managed to get Stan Lee in it, but that was really, really hard to do. And I noticed that you had a ton of relatively big names, or some really huge names, in the season this time. I was wondering how you managed to pull that off.
We just call people.
I think you have friends.
I mean, I guess, just doing a lot of shows and kind of being in the world and doing a lot of conventions, we meet a lot of, people who do a lot of awesome things. And so we just happen to get their, know them on Twitter or email them, and, they actually everybody but one person showed up, and that one person didn't show up just because they had a scheduling conflict. So it was, the cool thing is that we're a small show and we don't, have a big budget, but we do have people interested in our show and they are aware of it, which is kind of like the reverse of what usually happens. What are you doing?
I'm doing you a favor, all right?
Okay, thank you. What was that? Were you doing a Jewish mother accent?
That was one of his characters.
Thanks, sombrero dude.
How's it going? I've been WoW free for about 2 years now. I got rid of my TV entirely, and my only entertainment is pretty much online. With that time, I started playing piano and uilleann bagpipes again. So my question for you is, do you still play violin? Do you find time for that?
I do. I've actually been starting to play a little bit lately, just because my mom reminded me how much money she spent on lessons. And she was like, why don't you do that anymore? And I was like, all right. No, actually, I've started doing it a little bit, a couple times a week. I definitely would like to keep up with that. I'd like to do more with it. It's definitely a skill that you feel, I don't know how many musicians there are, but, in the room, but even learning a new instrument is very satisfying. You feel like you've really accomplished something when you start to be able to play a couple chords and, whatever. I'm going to stop talking now.
Good story.
It's not a good story.
Does
That's
anyone
why I
have
kind
a
of-
Okay, I have another question.
Hello. First of all, I just want to say that all of you are an inspiration to people who want to create their own stuff. I'm a writer. I'm trying to do stuff, and it's because of you guys, so thank you for that. My question is, now that you are so far along, and this is totally no offense to Sean, but... No, but I wanted to ask if... Easy. No, I wanted to ask if any of you had wanted to try on any other hats, like directing, like writing, like, if
I know, the only reason why I'm laughing is because it's been a theme every year, and I'm not joking. Because I started directing the show season 2, and 2, 3, and 4, one crew member has approached me, like all serious, saying either yeah, I'm looking to get into directing. I'm actually really trying to get into directing this show right now. They'll tell me that. But last season we had a grip who came up to me and actually asked me if, he's like, what does it take? Who do I talk to? Because I really want to try to submit to direct this show. And I didn't do it because I was so frazzled at the time that I was like, that's weird, but okay. But I should have been see that woman over there? Her name's Kim Evie. Ask her for an application. And see if you can direct next season. So I take no offense, but it's just every season someone always asks to direct. And Amy directed one scene this season.
Couple scenes. I thought I did more than one.
2. That's more than one.
I called action and cut in a couple scenes this season, so I was guest director. Somehow I didn't get credit though. That's weird.
That's all directing is.
No.
Is that weird?
No, it's not weird at all. I mean, it would literally be this. She'd be like, all right, rolling. And then she'd look at me and I'd say action. Action! And then the scene would be done. I'd be like, say cut. Cut!
Kim, why didn't we give her credit? I'm just kidding.
So yes, the question was different hats. Anyone on here? Basically, anyone here want to direct or produce or edit or please edit? Because...
in terms of this show, I think everyone who's doing what they're doing is doing great at it. So we have the best team that I've ever worked with here, so I wouldn't change anything. Except for Sean. I would be happy to replace Sean. No, I'm sorry, I'm joking. But you wanna? Okay.
I would love to play Codex, just for one episode.
But I don't know. I've always enjoyed writing, and I think a lot of actors do at some point in their career want to at least try their hand at directing a little bit, just to give it a shot. So I think we're all going to go through a natural progression a little bit, but I'm happy where I am right now, personally.
You know what, the thing with the Guild, does this reach? Is that it's such an open, friendly family thing that, Sean is always so open to ideas and allowing people to be involved. And, design-wise, it's such a community thing. Everyone puts their input. So, we all have our the hats that we wear, but it's definitely a group. So you get to feel involved. It's not like you're in the corner going, I only get to whatever, act, like Amy yells action, So it's, I mean, even you guys that were here, like we're involved with the ideas and the flow. So it's different than any other kind of filming. So it's very satisfying in the end.
I'll agree with that. All right, another question.
All right, first off, I just want to say that any time of day is a good time for a glass of wine, so you're all clear.
Oh, really? 7 a.m.? 7 a.m.?
Mimosas. Come on.
Mimosas is a morning drink. Okay. White wine is technically wine.
It's white wine. It's not technically wine. You can see through it.
Wine's almost a wine.
All right, well, I just wanted to ask you guys if you've ever had a scene that you had a hard time getting through just because everybody was laughing and cracking up and you just couldn't keep it together.
That's mostly me in pretty much any scene with Jeff or Sandeep. Though I've gotten much better about, I had a reputation for about, I think, 2 years.
More than that.
Thank you. Trying to save myself some dignity. Seasons 1, 2, 3, and 4.
And 5.
Okay, I'm proud of myself on season 5.
You're pretty good.
I held it together like a boss. I was doing well.
Why you start complimenting yourself like that?
It's all relative,
Wait,
but
Kim had something
For
to say?
me.
I have a theory about Vince and his cracking up, because in season 1 we were making a gag reel and I was like, I cannot find anything for Felicia and Vince. They're like, they always know their lines, they never mess up. So we had to do this thing with their hair where like I just put together them like moving their hair, because they're both really like, before they're like action and they're both like So then I was like, I think Vince is just gonna start messing up so he can be in the gag reel. That's my theory. I don't know.
you got me. Yeah, I mean, no. But I think it's usually only a problem when I'm with Jeff or Sandeep, because they improv in every scene they do. And in any given scene, there's gonna be a few lines in there that we did not practice. So I'm not ready, I'm losing it all the time. Season 2 was the worst, but I think season 5, Amy Akuda, I did okay. I held it together. Thank you.
Amy never laughs on set. I've never seen you smile or laugh on set.
Yeah.
Hi, I just have to say I love that y'all came up with a name for pregnant gamers. That was awesome. I was just curious, obviously y'all have had a lot of awesome celebrity appearances on the show. I was wondering who would be each of y'all's ultimate celebrity appearance to have.
Start from the end, Greg.
Well, this is super easy for me. I would say Stan Lee, because he is one of the reasons why we're all here today. Like, he's just like the godfather of comics, but also because that scene was shot at my house, which is like, if I could go back in time and find my 8-year-old self and say someday, Stan Lee's gonna be like at your house with, Felicia Day and the gang, like I wouldn't believe it. And I still don't kind of believe it. I watch it and it looks amazing. Doesn't even look like my house.
I think this season with everyone, and it was, really intimidating season because we had so many people. But I think the most starstruck I got had to be with Neil Gaiman. Just, I don't know, just something about just, we were like, wait, what are we doing? Why is he, we were in Koreatown in the lobby of a hotel, and Neil Gaiman is acting with people in pig costumes and chicken costumes behind him, but it was like the greatest thing, and he was really good, and that was the best thing about it, is that he's not an actor, but I thought he pulled out one of the best performances of the cameos. But
wait, what was your question? Who was in this season, or who would be an ideal season? Like, you're like ideal, yeah. So,
we're not answering these at all. Then
I know. Your dream cameo to work with.
I don't know. It's kind of hard to beat Neil Gaiman, though. Who's popular right now? This Johnny Depp fella I've heard so much about. He'd be pretty cool.
Mine would be E.T. That'd be cool.
Boba Fett.
Well, my dream guest star would probably be, don't look at me like that, come on. I have a huge celebrity crush on Corey Monteith on Glee. So season 6, he's gonna come on our show and play my boyfriend, and we're gonna fall in love in real life, and that's just what it's gonna be, but okay.
Good answer, that was good. I've said it before, and I'm obsessed with Meryl Streep, so I think it would be, what if she just was like, hey, I want to do the Guild? Can you imagine? Maybe she could play my mom or something. That'd be so awesome. Oh my god.
Oh, wow. Which mic do I choose? Very exciting. A producer that I would work with. I should have lunch with Brian Grazer and just we could talk about hair. That's my dream. Yeah, he's got crazy hair. I think, see, there's something about hair and being a producer. This is my attempt, so.
I'd kind of like to, for season 6, just make a few calls and get like a little groupie team for Blades going, consisting of Jessica Alba, Scarlett Johansson, Zooey Deschanel, and Ryan Reynolds.
What did you say?
And I would be A-okay.
Zooey Deschanel and Ryan Reynolds.
You're absolutely repugnant right now. My dream people would be, I think, like Peter Jackson. I don't know. That would be pretty. I mean, I think he could be a good actor.
Can you take over for Sean?
No, not as a director, but as a cameo. That was the question. Was what was your dream cameo? So several people didn't even answer this question. Right? But, yeah, I guess that would be. I don't know. That would be cool. Or Steven Spielberg. Why not just go to George Lucas? I mean, if I'm gonna go there, like all 3 of them could be my groupies.
All right, another question from a birthday girl.
Happy birthday!
Thank you. So, hi, I saw you in New York a couple weeks ago. Totally awesome. And I was wondering, you guys have made some incredible music videos so far, and I'm wondering what went into the production of your Bollywood music video? How did that come about?
Oh, Kim and Sean should talk about this because they co-directed it, and Greg did all the fancy stuff.
Well, it was Sandeep's idea to begin with, and he was like, we should totally do Bollywood. And Felicia and I were just like, shut up, that's not possible. And then, like, a few months later, I don't know why, but in my brain, it just kind of became possible. And I went to Felicia and pitched it, and she was just like, are you crazy? We can't do that. So then we just sort of, I don't know. I mean, I got way ahead of myself. Like, I was like, I have this great idea for this opening, and it'll be them, and then these doors will split apart, and they'll be in this backyard. And she was like, I need to write a song first. Like, we need content. And I was like, okay. But then we ended up going to Greg, and he had kind of everything that you see there. So you want to talk about how you built all that stuff? And
Well, Kim came to me and said, we want to do this Bollywood video, but we're not really sure if it's possible. And I was like, well, I have a full-size elephant. And that was it. The deal was sealed.
Yeah.
What do you have to say about that, Sean?
I enjoyed the elephant. No, I don't know. The Bollywood video was a lot of fun, and it was fun working with Kim. I mean, it was so crazy how we planned it out. I mean, literally, I just remember being in Kim's office, and we had, all these little stones, and they would represent all the dancers. I'm like, okay, so all these groups of dancers, and literally anyone who walked in are like, what are you guys doing? It's just like, this pile of rocks on this side represents these people, and this pile of rocks represents those people. But I don't know, it was fun. It was a lot of fun to do. I remember getting really sick on the last day to where
second to the last day. Because the last day, I showed up, and Sean was like, last night we were by the pool? And I was like, yeah. And he was like, I had to hold onto that railing because I was going to pass out. And I was like, well, that's why you have a co-director. You could just tell me, I feel kind of bad. I want to lay down.
So always have a co-director is what.
That's the moral of the story.
But no, it was a lot of fun. I mean, it was definitely, it's weird with the Guild. Like Felicia just seems to, I mean, I'm going back to like season 2. It's like, how do you top season 2, And then it's like, oh wait, she did. And then what convention are we shooting at? What Bollywood video? But I don't know. It's just it's this team though. I mean, it's Greg building an entire convention and this whole Bollywood set. It's everyone tuning in performances, and I don't know. I feel like the bar is just raised every season, and every single piece of this team, whether it's pre-production, production, or post-production, just meets the task, and I'm super proud of it.
Golf clap.
Hello. I just want to say that I love you guys. This question is for Felicia, though. I was wondering if you were thinking about doing like a sci-fi series, kind of space shuttles, I don't know, traveling everywhere.
I like this idea. No, I've said that before, that if I were ever to do, I would love to be on a spaceship. But after doing Dragon Age as a web series, you realize that the web scale it's very challenging to pull off creating a whole new world on the kind of, web scale that we have right now. So, Kim and I are definitely long-term thinking about bigger projects like that. But like in the interim, we have like many smaller projects that we're working on right now to do for web. And we're really excited about those. So that'll take up a little bit of time. But long term, I would love to do something like that. If I ever did like a TV pilot or something, it'd probably be like something along those lines. Obviously as a sci-fi geek, I love being in that world.
Hello, I had the honor of being an extra in season 5, and
thank you.
And everybody I encountered, cast and crew, everybody was so magnificent and sweet to me and my family. And I would like to thank you guys for being awesome on and off screen. And my question is it hard to be so damn awesome? What's up with that?
Thank you.
Vince?
This one's for me. It's a lot of work, actually. I think so. I do remember you. You have a daughter?
Yeah, you brought your daughter, right? And you were in the line? The dirigible. Yeah.
She was a trooper. She was there at like 2 a.m., I think, and she was like sleeping against her mom, and we were like, there's the guild.
We appreciate that, but we also appreciate sharing the show with everybody and being able to have people come on the set who are fans of the show and become part of it. And that's really kind of the best thing about season 5 is that we were able to have so many new people come in and kind of share the show with us. So thank you for sticking it out really late that night. We tried to make it as fun as possible. 5 a.m. is not fun, unless you're drinking wine, which is legal at any hour now.
The last episode of season 5 was called Grand Finale, and you wrapped it up so very well. Yet when we were talking about favorite cameos, there were some musings about season 6. Are you planning to write a season 6?
We have to wait until we get picked up. Microsoft, could wait until the end of the year to let us know. We don't know. We can, we're always like, it's always a question mark. We love working with them and Sprint, who has just sponsored us for 4 seasons. We'll see. My fingers are crossed, and I definitely have another story to tell if we get picked up.
And I think it'd be safe to say that we all would totally be game. I mean, I would be absolutely down for another season. I'd be down for another 5 seasons plus. I mean, I'm.
Vince is gonna do it no matter what, even if we don't get picked up.
I'll make the show myself. It'll just be me.
But if we do a season 6, we are taking applications for directors, so you can pick them up from me after.
Just talk to me. I've got all the forms.
All right. I think we have to wrap up because at 1:45, so I think we're going to do the drawing now.
Can you bring those tickets up that you have that are left? Yeah, just so I know which ones are
Final
which ones are dead.
ticket.
Who's drawing?
Well, I think that would be
All right,
Felicia.
here's the deal.
Can I?
I made 300 tickets and we gave out about 280 of them. So the high end, what's the high end? The high end is 8. It's the last 3 digits. So 8. I have 893 or 892 is the last ticket I gave out. Let's say that 892 wins. Then we're going to start at it's like 600 and go 100 from there. Or should I go backwards? What do you think, gang? Go forward. So if it's 892, then we're going to start at 600 and take that 100. So it's going to go up the numbers. Does that make sense? It's like cards, like the ace, 2, 3, 4. Okay.
So confused.
I am too, but,
But wait, what am I doing? I'm just going to draw whoever gets the sword that they're not going to hurt anybody with.
Let me see.
I'm going to be, okay. So just.
These are in the raffle, but they are not, they're dead. So if Whisk comes up, we're going to draw again.
If I pull a ticket and the man stands up with maybe some fake firearms on his body or looks questionable, I guess you still get the, just to be fair, but don't hurt anyone.
I don't understand that.
Office Depot. Last 3 digits are 7, 8, 4.
I heard a woo somewhere.
I gave, it's out here somewhere. 784.
And she was pretty stable.
784, she's a winner.
Thank you for playing.
Here's your sword. All right, so for the signing now, 784 to 884, you are the 100 that have a reserved spot at the signing this afternoon. 784 to 884. Now, if you don't want to go to the signing and someone didn't win, be nice, hand that ticket over to somebody.
This is really just for your own safety, because the signing is right after this. So
What do
we
you
don't
need?
want you guys running down to kill yourselves to get in line. So, if you got a ticket, you can saunter
Well, they can.
down
Hang on.
and you're going to for sure get in.
So, yeah.
And other people, if you want to try, we're signing until 4. So we'll take signatures
two?
until 4, but the people with tickets get in first.
Yes.
I think we're done.
Yeah. To the one.
Thanks, you guys.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Still getting double question with the tickets. 784 to 884, it's still $20. This just reserves the spot in line, so you don't have to go running down there. If you have a ticket between 784 and 884, you will get a chance to have a sign. There were just a lot.
Well, then you're never going to be able to recognize her.
Felicia, can I have a picture?
Yeah, absolutely. Lindsay will take it.
How you guys doing? Good. Let me pull off flash.
I'll just stop.